Welcome again. I go by the name of Chris. And today, you know what? I had a blessing day actually. Just wanted to say, and obviously, by the grace of the Lord, I'm still alive today. Still working, still praying. But anyway, let's go straight into the video. A man, the title is A Man Died and Jesus Asked Him, "What have you done with your life?" Powerful. Imagine God coming to you and telling you that. Like, wow. So we're just gonna go straight into it and see what happened and how we got to that point.
It was the 1st of December, 1943. Private George Ritchie was stationed at Camp Barkley, Texas.
Just want to say that, I mean, the video might have bad quality, but bear with me and let's just go through it together and then trying to see how it works out. Right? Be patient, you know.
He had just been chosen to attend the Medical College of Virginia and was waiting to be sent to Richmond to begin classes. A week before he was to board the train, he checked into a hospital due to an upper respiratory infection. The day before his scheduled departure, he felt his condition worsening, but tried desperately to prove that his health was satisfactory. It was the last train out of Camp Barkley that week. Missing the train to Richmond would possibly mean missing the opportunity to attend medical school.
Wow.
Ritchie spent that entire night in coughing spasms with an uncontrollable fever.
Basically, he had he had an infection in his lungs, I would say. I think he called it a upper respiratory syndrome or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But at least he had like an infection, so he was coughing and coughing. He had problem with his breathing. Let's continue.
He was aware that his condition was severe. His fever was abnormally high. He had already been trained as a medical and surgical technician, so he was in a state of shock when he saw that the thermometer had reached over 106 degrees.
Whoa.
The medical staff arrived to transport him by ambulance to have an updated chest x-ray done. Private Ritchie collapsed, and his condition deteriorated throughout the next 24 hours. Eventually, he was pronounced dead. His chart reading expired from double lobar pneumonia.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So he lost his life. He had a temperature of 100 and something. Wow, that is very, very dangerous. You are basically on the most dangerous state. Your body can't take it anymore. And so even the doctor had to go and reach to the guy and take him with the ambulance, or call the ambulance so they can come to pick him up. And he collapsed and died. At least from out of this audio, we see that he died. Wow.
Then the officer gave orders to prep him for the morgue. From there, George Ritchie tells of what he experienced during the time that he was pronounced dead.
Wow.
From a subjective point of view.
So basically at this time now, he gonna tell you the story, how it happened after he died. So after life, basically after he died, he's gonna really tell you what happened and where he went and all those kind of things.
I'll have to tell you what I was experiencing. I knew I had missed my train. So I'm looking all around this rather dark room trying to find my uniform. Couldn't find it and decided that I didn't have any more time to waste there, so I come on out of this little room into the hall, and I'm crossing, getting ready to go outside when I see this ward boy coming down. I turned around to him to tell him to watch where he was going, and either he walked through me or I through him. Now this kind of shocked me, but when I had made up my mind I was going to get to Richmond, so this didn't shock me. I go over to the door, going to the other side. As soon as I got outside of that door, I'm suddenly up into the air, varying between 500 feet to 500 yards above the ground, going at an incredible speed. And finally I come to this large river, and I see this city on the other side. I let
So basically, when he woke up, at least, you can call it a dream, you can call it a spiritual realm, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but from the time he woke up, he was still searching or looking to go back to the medical field. So, but the problem is when he got there, when he got to that point, so he was looking for like, okay, where to go? Where is my jacket? Where? And then suddenly saw a guy and he was about to ask him something. And then the guy just went through him. Almost like spirits just going through each other. I don't know if spirit can do that, but like it just literally went through him. And at the time where he opened another door, he suddenly was flying. So this is a very weird kind of experience as well. I mean, very weird.
down just in front of this white all-night cafe because I saw this civilian getting ready to go into the cafe because I want to ask him if I'm heading in the right direction to get to Richmond.
What city is this? Excuse me, sir. You can just tell me what city this is? I'd really appreciate it. I was on my way to Richmond, and I seem to have gotten lost. Please.
This was the second time that another human being acted like they could neither hear nor see me.
Wow.
So I went over to lean against the guy wire of a telephone post, and my hand goes through the guy wire of the telephone post. Then it suddenly hit me that I had left something back there in that bed in Barclay. And I knew, because I was still using massive denial, that I'd better go back get it. And I made the first most important discovery about being outside of your body. That you really go where your soul sincere desires. That time and space as you and I comprehended in this level does.
In this case, he was like, he had an experience, like an out of body experience, in the sense like he couldn't trying to touch something, but he goes through it. Trying to have conversation with normal people, but they can't hear him or have a conversation back to him, or they were going through him and stuff like that. So he had this kind of bizarre feeling, especially when you have those kind of feelings. Sometimes, it's not easy, and you don't even know where you are and how to conduct and who to seek for. In this case, I would seek for the Lord and to show me the light and the way, so I can actually get to my true form. Because obviously, this is a scary form. You don't even know which realm you are in, like which world you belong into. Yeah, it's very scary.
Because no time at all, I was right back there in front of the hospital. But I had made a very tragic mistake. I hadn't looked to see which ward I'd come out of, much less which room. I could see the soldiers lying there in the bed. And we take for granted we know what we look like, but we don't. Because you see, we really have never seen ourselves from here up, except in the two-dimensional object we know as a barrel. And I saw a lot of soldiers that looked like me, but none of them had my fraternity ring on their finger. And I'm going through from ward to ward, room to room, trying to find me, and becoming more desperate. Finally went into this little isolation room, and lying over in the bed with the sheet pulled up over its head was this body. I realized it was me because I recognized my fraternity ring, and it even had a chip on the black onyx because it was a Phi Gamma fraternity ring, and there wasn't any mistake. And I am utterly petrified. My massive denial has broken down. I suddenly realized that body is dead.
Wow. Imagine which state you could, imagine you have an out of body experience, and then now you start looking for your own body. Like you start looking for your own body, wondering what happened to it. That's how scary it can be. And now you find out your body is dead. And the feeling, oh my God, the feeling like to just, I don't know how that feels like. And I don't know how it can be very scary. It's probably a very scary moment, seeing your own body lying dead, and you don't even know how to like go back in it. You don't know what to do. Very scary.
And I'm too young to die. I'm only 20 years of age. And then all of a sudden, I thought the light at the head end of the room was getting brighter, but it was growing in an intensity of light to where if you turned on 1,000,000 wells of light, you'd have some idea of the intensity. 3 things happened at the exact same moment. Something deep inside of my spiritual being, not the corpse lying over in the bed, said, stand up, you're in the presence of the Son of God.
Ooh,
At the
powerful. Why do I feel like every time I'm seeing this type of videos, like especially when it's these people have like some deep experience, there is the presence of the Lord is so powerful all the time. Wow. All the time. And the way he say, like, you are in front of the Son of the... Oh man, come on now. I love that so much. It's just one thing, by just hearing that, it make you feel like, you know what? The person in front of you is so important. That's the first thing. The second thing, you feel so much safe. Wow. Let's go.
that exact same instant, out of this brilliant light stepped the most amazing being I have ever met. And those hospital walls virtually disappeared. I saw every single minute detail of my life, everything I had ever done in public and private, from say my own cesarean section birth through my 20th year when I was pronounced dead. And he threw a question, what had I done with my life? And I thought, well, I'm an Eagle Scout. Immediately,
That's the most important question. What have you done with your life in this video? And that's what we're gonna like chop it now. We're gonna chop it now. Let's go.
shot back that glorified you. And the same question again. What have you done with your life? Now, all there in that realm, there is no such thing as hypocrisy, because one of the first things that you become aware of is that the other being is totally aware of what you think. So you can't think one thing and say another. There's no such thing as misunderstanding what he meant. And yet, here was a being that knew everything about me. And he totally accepted me and he totally loved me. Now that blew my mind. The next thing that took place was that Christ motioned for me to come over close to him. Now you can well imagine by this time I really do think that I've seen everything, but I'm finding out this is just the beginning, because suddenly he's opening up another realm to me. Now I wanted to stay there, but then I suddenly realized that the Christ was pulling me away and that we were heading back into this isolated room in Camp Barkley Station Hospital outside of Abilene, Texas.
Private George Ritchie's death was confirmed by Dr. Donald G. Francie, captain in charge during the time of these events.
Wow.
Dr. Ritchie's book, My Life After...
First of all, I just want to say, like, Jesus is true. He's the true God. That's the first thing I want to say. And if you really truly want to reveal to you, trust me, you have nothing to lose, because he's the Lord. He's the Lord and the mighty Lord. So he can give you an eternal life. In this case, we don't know, like, but it sounded like it's much better after I met him and after I had that out-of-body experience. So that was amazing. I think it's sometimes we just need to, you know, sometimes if you get to this point, seek for him, stay with him, because that's where you will truly find comfortness.
After dying contains the elaborate account of the various realms of the afterlife that he claims to have experienced. It is a detailed look at one man's encounter with death and what he believes lies beyond.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I'll continue to tell you guys to always pray, because we don't know how the spirit world works, especially we the people who are living in this world. And sometimes we seek for things that are not even important, and sometimes we forget the creator, the one who created the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars. We forget about him, and who created the animals that we are eating. We created plants that we are eating. Who create everything, who gives life. Sometimes we just reject him, not knowing how powerful he can be and what he is preparing for us. So I think it's very important to seek for him and look for Jesus. Read the Bible, and I'm sure you'll find your way and where you belong. That's what I want to say. So I'll see you to the next one.